All right, ready for a deep dive? We're tackling 7 signs she's sexually attracted to you. But hold on, before anyone starts thinking this is some kind of pickup artist thing,
Right.
think of it more like
Mm-hmm.
we're exploring those signals, the subtle ones.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're like, into someone.
Absolutely. Those little cues, those psychological giveaways
Exactly.
that can kind of tell us, is this person interested in me? Especially, romantically
Romantically, yeah.
or even sexually.
Okay, so let's just jump right in. This one, the first one that kind of caught my eye,
Mm-hmm.
was this whole idea that where someone's looking
Yeah.
can be a sign,
Right.
specifically focusing on lips.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, honestly, that sounds a little too good to be true.
Well, it all comes down to those subconscious cues, right? We associate lips with intimacy.
Oh.
I mean, think about it, from a first kiss to, sharing a whispered secret. So naturally, if someone's attracted to you, their gaze might linger there for a moment or two, even if they don't realize they're doing it.
So it's not just the lips themselves, it's that kind
Yeah.
of subconscious connection.
Absolutely. It's like this primal thing.
Yeah.
And it gets even more potent, right? If you add in other body language, like if they're leaning in closer,
Oh, okay.
maintaining that strong eye contact,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even playing with their hair a little, and you combine all that with that focus on the lips,
Yeah.
those are pretty strong indicators.
It's almost like their body's saying, I'm interested and I want to be closer to you.
Right. Like a magnet.
Yeah. Which actually brings us to the next sign, proximity,
Mm-hmm.
because I've definitely felt that kind of pull.
Oh,
To
yeah.
be close to someone you're attracted to.
Absolutely. It's all about breaking down those barriers,
Yeah.
those personal space barriers, right?
Mm.
You know that feeling when someone you're attracted to gets a little too close for comfort? It's like your heart rate picks up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're suddenly super aware of your body heat.
Yeah.
It's that electricity.
I know that feeling.
That's exactly what proximity does,
Okay.
Think about it. Accidentally on purpose, brushing shoulders,
Yeah.
choosing to sit next to them in a crowded room,
Right.
or just always finding reasons to be in their space,
Okay.
It's a way to test the waters, see if that spark is mutual.
So it's not always like a calculated thing, more of an instinct, you're saying?
Often, yeah, you're just drawn to them.
Mhm.
Although some people are definitely more aware of these tactics than others.
Okay, sure.
But even if it's not totally conscious, the intention is usually the same.
Yeah.
See if there's a connection, if this feeling's mutual.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of testing the waters, what about touch? Because I know this one, the source material mentions it.
Yeah.
How even like small touches can actually be pretty significant.
Touch is powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, the way of communicating without words.
Yeah.
We use it to connect, build that rapport. And yeah, definitely to signal romantic interest.
Yeah.
Think about lightly touching someone's arm when you're laughing, maybe
Yeah.
bumping shoulders playfully, or even just fixing a tag on their shirt.
It makes you think twice about all those little moments.
Right. Like, was that just being friendly?
Yeah.
Or was there something more to it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about context, right?
Okay.
A quick touch in a crowded elevator. Probably not a big deal.
Yeah.
But repeated touches,
Right?
especially in a more intimate setting,
Yeah.
that suggests a different story. Like they're comfortable with you.
Mhm.
Maybe they want to be even more comfortable.
It's like saying, I wouldn't mind being a little closer.
Exactly. And those seemingly innocent touches,
Yeah.
those can be a way to gauge your reaction, right?
Oh, okay.
Do you pull away or do you lean in closer?
Yeah, yeah.
Your response tells them a lot about your own interest.
Wow, so even a touch can be super loaded. It really highlights how much we're communicating without actually saying anything.
Absolutely. Body language is a powerful thing.
But let's not forget about a classic, the good old-fashioned smile.
Oh, a smile.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it.
A smile's like a universal sign,
Yeah.
warmth, approachability.
Yeah.
But when we're talking attraction,
Yeah.
not all smiles are created equal.
Oh, I know what you mean. There's definitely a difference between a polite, I'm just being nice, smile,
Right, exactly.
and a genuine,
I'm really enjoying this.
I like you smile.
You got it. And you can usually tell the difference, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
A genuine smile, it engages the whole face, it reaches the eyes,
Yeah.
makes them twinkle, there's a warmth, a softness to it.
Right.
That's hard to fake.
It's like they're saying, I'm genuinely happy you're here.
Yeah, exactly. And when that smile is directed at you,
Yeah.
especially if it lingers a little longer than expected,
Mm-hmm.
that's a pretty strong indicator they're enjoying your company.
And maybe even feeling a bit flustered, you know?
Especially if they hold eye contact while they're doing it,
Oh, yeah.
that can be intense.
Intensifies the message.
Yeah.
It adds that extra layer of intimacy, like they're saying, I'm completely focused on you right now.
Okay, so we've got those glances, the being close, and the genuine smiles.
Right.
But what about, this is the digital age, right?
Yeah.
How does all this play out in texts, social media?
That's a great question. Because while those in-person cues are important,
Yeah.
the digital world, it opens up a whole new avenue for showing interest.
Okay.
We're talking consistent texting,
Hmm.
reacting to your posts on social media,
Yeah.
sending playful messages,
Mm.
even those late night, hey, you up texts.
So it's not just responding.
Right.
It's about initiating, keeping the conversation going.
Exactly. If someone's truly interested,
Yeah.
they'll make the effort to stay on your radar.
Right.
Think about it. Would you go out of your way to send someone a funny meme or an interesting article if you weren't into them?
Probably not.
Probably not. You'd probably just reply out of politeness if they messaged you first.
Yeah.
Right. But when there's attraction, there's this desire to connect,
Yeah.
share things you think they'll like, keep
Right.
that spark alive, even when you're not physically together.
It's like saying, I'm thinking about you,
Exactly.
even when we're not together.
And those digital interactions,
Yeah.
they can be a fantastic way to build that rapport.
Right.
Get to know someone better before taking things offline.
Okay, so we've got glances, being close, smiles, and even like
Yeah.
digital
What
flirting.
digital flirting?
Yeah.
What other signs are out there that we should be looking for?
One of the bolder signs the source material mentions is sending suggestive photos
Oh, okay.
or videos, you know?
Okay, yeah.
It's a pretty clear sign of attraction.
Yeah, it's definitely a step up from a text message.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially considering women generally understand the implications. Right. It's like you're saying, I trust you enough to share this,
Yeah.
and I hope you find it attractive.
Exactly. And again, context is super important.
Right.
Is it a playful, casual photo?
Yeah.
Or something more, attention grabbing? Are there flirty captions?
Right, right.
Emojis?
Right.
Suggestive comments?
All those details can change things up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
You also have to consider the relationship dynamic.
Mhm.
Sending a suggestive photo to someone you've been dating for a while.
Yeah.
That might be playful,
Yeah.
trying to spice things up.
Yeah.
But sending it to someone you just met,
Totally different story.
totally different story.
Yeah.
It's all about reading the situation,
Right.
understanding the other person's boundaries,
Right.
being respectful,
Absolutely.
not making assumptions.
Really good point.
Yeah, it's about being thoughtful and considerate, whether online or in person.
Well said.
Hmm.
So we've covered a lot. Those subtle glances, getting physically closer, smiles, digital flirting, even suggestive content.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
It is. It's amazing how many ways
Mm-hmm.
we communicate attraction
Yeah, without even realizing it.
without even realizing it. Yeah.
But there's so much more to uncover.
Really?
Yeah, we haven't even touched on how attraction shows itself in social settings,
Oh, okay.
or what genuine compliments can tell us.
Oh, yeah. Those are big ones.
Yeah.
I'm definitely curious to hear more about that.
Well, stay tuned.
Yeah.
We'll be unpacking all of that and more in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay. Looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back to our deep dive
Yeah, we're back.
into the subtle signs of attraction.
We've uncovered some interesting stuff so far.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, who knew a glance or a touch could say so much?
Right.
Uh-huh.
It's all about those little things.
It is.
And as we go deeper into this text, you'll see it's all about connecting the dots,
Okay.
recognizing that those tiny details, they paint a bigger picture.
Okay, so what else have we got?
Well, let's talk about attraction in social settings.
Oh.
The source material suggests that someone might actually act differently around the person they're attracted to, especially when they're in a group.
So instead of those one-on-one signals, we're talking about how they act when there are other people around.
Exactly. Think about it.
Okay.
In a group setting,
Yeah.
there's this natural competition for attention.
Oh.
So if someone's into you,
Mm.
they might subconsciously try to stand out.
So they're not just trying to get your attention, but maybe
That's-
trying to show off a little to rivals.
That's a really interesting point, and it could definitely be a factor.
Yeah.
But even if it's not about competition,
Mm.
there's still that urge to connect,
Okay.
to be noticed by the person they're attracted to.
Right.
They might position themselves closer to you, laugh a little louder at your jokes,
Oh, okay.
maybe find ways to involve you in the conversation more.
So it's like they're turning up the volume
Yeah, exactly.
on their attraction.
Making it more visible in a crowded room. And in more, like, dynamic settings, like parties or clubs,
Yeah.
those behaviors can become even more noticeable.
Interesting.
They might dance close by,
Okay.
hold your gaze for a bit longer than usual,
Yeah.
or just find excuses to touch you.
It's almost like a subtle dance, isn't it?
You got it.
Everyone kind of responding to each other,
Yeah, testing the waters.
trying to figure out, is this mutual?
Exactly. And it's in those social settings that you really see that interplay of attraction.
It's like this unspoken conversation.
Exactly. You pick up on those little exchanges of energy, of attention.
Makes me want to go to a party and just observe everyone.
Oh, I think you'd be surprised by what you notice.
Yeah, maybe.
But speaking of subtle signs,
Yeah.
let's not forget about a good compliment.
Oh, yeah. Everyone loves a good compliment.
Right. But
Yeah.
are we talking about any compliment?
That's a good question.
Or are some more meaningful when it comes to attraction? Well, the source material points out the difference between compliments that are surface level
Yeah.
versus those that go a bit deeper.
So, like, saying you have beautiful eyes
Right.
is different from, I really admire your sense of humor.
Exactly. Complimenting someone's intelligence,
Okay.
their creativity, their perspective, that shows you're paying attention.
Right.
You're genuinely interested in who they are as a person.
Those are the compliments that really make you feel seen. Yeah.
Exactly. It's not just about the outside. It's about what's within.
Yeah.
Those deeper compliments, they build intimacy.
Yeah.
And in terms of attraction,
Right.
they can signal that someone wants to know you better.
It's like saying, I'm interested in more than just your looks.
Exactly.
I'm intrigued by you.
Right. And while compliments about appearance can definitely be a sign of attraction,
Yeah.
especially when delivered playfully
Right. Right.
or with that lingering eye contact we talked about earlier,
Yeah.
they can sometimes come across as superficial
Okay.
if they're not backed up by other signs of interest.
So it's all about balance.
Absolutely.
Showing you appreciate someone for who they are inside and out.
Exactly. Finding that sweet spot
babe.
where you're expressing genuine admiration without being too forward or insincere.
Right. Right.
It's a delicate dance.
Okay, so we've got those deeper compliments.
Yes.
And those subtle cues in social settings.
Right.
It's crazy how much we communicate
Yeah.
without even realizing it.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
But let's talk about the times when we are being intentional.
Okay.
What does the source material say about putting in effort as a sign of attraction?
Good question.
Well, this is where we start to see a more conscious effort to connect.
Okay.
Consistently finding reasons to talk, bringing up inside jokes,
Yeah.
initiating hangouts,
Right.
even going out of your way to do something thoughtful for them.
Okay.
These are all ways to show that you're interested in deepening the connection
It's like going beyond that initial spark. Yeah.
and taking steps to nurture the relationship.
Exactly. Moving past the superficial,
Right.
showing that you're invested.
Okay.
And it's not just about grand gestures, you know?
Right.
Sometimes those tiny actions speak volumes.
Like remembering their favorite coffee order
Exactly.
or sending them an article, they'd like.
You're right. So small things that show you're paying attention, that you value having them in your life.
It's like saying, you're important to me
Yeah.
and I want to make you feel special.
Precisely. And that genuine effort,
Yeah.
that prioritization, it can be so powerful when it comes to attraction.
Okay.
And building a deeper connection.
But of course, we can't talk about attraction
Right.
without talking about flirting.
Ah, yes. Flirting, that art of playful banter,
Yeah.
suggestive innuendo.
So what does the text have to say about that?
Well, it describes flirting as a spectrum.
Okay.
From playful teasing, witty banter,
Yeah.
to more direct comments, touches, suggestive remarks.
So it can be subtle or bold,
Exactly.
depending on the person and the situation.
Yeah. But what's the key to doing it well?
Right. Good question.
Is it just confidence?
Okay.
Or is there more to it?
Hmm.
Well, confidence definitely plays a role.
Yeah.
But it's not just about being bold or outgoing.
Okay.
The key to flirting effectively is being playful, engaging, and responsive to the other person.
It was like a dance.
It is like a dance.
You're responding to each other's moves.
Yes. Building that energy, creating a little bit of tension.
Okay. And how do we find that right balance?
Right.
Like, are there any tips from the source material?
Well, one suggestion is to use humor
Okay.
playfulness to keep things light,
Hmm.
teasing gently, making witty observations, or finding ways to make them laugh. That can break the ice.
So it's not about trying to impress them with, like,
Yeah.
cheesy pickup lines or
Oh,
something.
no, not at all.
More about creating a fun, engaging interaction.
Exactly. People are drawn to those who make them feel good.
In humor, it's a great way to create those positive emotions.
Yeah, it's like you're saying, I enjoy spending time with you,
Yeah,
and I want to make you smile.
absolutely. And when you combine that playful energy
Mm-hmm.
with genuine compliments, attentive listening,
Yeah.
that's a recipe for successful flirting.
It's like all these signs we've been talking about
Yeah.
are coming together to create this
Yeah.
symphony of attraction.
It is a symphony.
Yeah.
But we haven't even touched on body language yet.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Huge. It speaks volumes, often more than words.
So what kind of cues should we be looking for?
Well, the text mentions things like leaning in,
Okay.
mirroring their gestures, making eye contact,
Mm-hmm.
even subconsciously copying their posture.
So it's like your body's trying to sync up
Exactly. It's
Okay.
instinctive.
with the person you're attracted to.
And those subconscious movements, they create connection,
Right.
rapport. But then there are those more deliberate gestures too,
Like what?
like playing with your hair, biting your lip,
Yeah, yeah.
adjusting your clothes,
Okay.
those can definitely send a flirty message.
But what about when someone's trying to play it cool?
Ah, good question.
Can you still pick up on those signs, even
Yeah.
if they're trying to hide them?
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Because even when someone's trying to mask their feelings,
Mm-hmm.
their body language often betrays them.
So what should we be looking for? Those little giveaways.
Well, one thing is eye contact.
Okay.
Even if they're trying to avoid your gaze,
Right.
you might catch them sneaking quick glances.
Oh, and when they think you're not looking.
Exactly. They can't resist.
Yeah.
And you might notice changes in their behavior when you're around.
Okay, like what?
They might become more animated,
Okay.
talk a bit louder,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even fidget nervously.
So even if they're acting indifferent,
Yeah.
their body might be telling a different story.
Exactly. It's those little inconsistencies
Okay.
between their words and their actions that can reveal their true feelings.
This is so interesting.
It is fascinating.
It's like we're learning to decode a secret language.
The language of attraction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we've covered so much.
We have.
I feel like there's still more.
There is. We haven't even talked about the importance of prioritizing someone's presence.
Ooh, okay, that's a big one.
Yeah,
I'm really curious to hear more about that.
we'll definitely dive into that.
Okay.
But we'll have to save it for the next part of our deep dive.
Okay, looking forward to it. Okay, we're back and ready to wrap up
Yeah, part 3 of our deep dive.
into those subtle signs of attraction.
It's been quite a journey.
Yeah, it has.
We've really explored how attraction
Mhm.
shows up in everything from our body language
Yeah.
to how we interact online.
Yeah, I think what I'm realizing
Mm-hmm.
is it's not about memorizing a bunch of signs.
Right.
Or trying to, crack a code.
Yeah, it's not a formula.
It's more about being present,
Excellent.
observant, genuinely interested in the other person.
You hit the nail on the head. It's about being attuned to those cues,
Mm-hmm.
reading the situation,
Mm.
and responding in a way that feels authentic.
And I guess recognizing that
Yeah.
everyone expresses attraction differently.
Right. There's no one-size-fits-all approach.
So what might work for one person
Exactly.
might not work for another.
Which is why it's so important to be adaptable.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the individual, respond to their unique way of communicating.
It's like learning a new language almost.
I love that analogy.
The language of attraction.
Yeah, you're not just memorizing a dictionary.
Right.
You're immersing yourself,
Yeah.
paying attention to the nuances,
Right.
being open to being surprised.
And speaking of new things,
Yeah.
we still haven't talked about prioritizing someone's presence.
Oh, right.
As a sign of attraction, that was something I was really interested in.
It's crucial.
Yeah.
And it often goes beyond just spending time with someone. It's about making them feel seen, heard, valued.
So it's not just physical presence.
No,
It's about being emotionally present.
absolutely. Giving someone your undivided attention,
Yeah.
truly listening, making them feel like the only person in the room.
It's like you're saying you're important to me,
Exactly.
and I choose to spend my time and energy on you.
That kind of prioritization can be so powerful.
Right. Think about those times when someone's made you feel like
Yeah.
you were the center of their world.
Right. Even just for a moment.
Yeah.
It's a feeling that sticks with you.
It does. You feel special, appreciated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you're attracted to someone,
Yeah.
you naturally want to make them feel that way.
Yeah.
You want to spend time with them, share your thoughts, your experiences, make them feel like a priority.
It's like saying, I'm choosing to invest in this connection
Yeah.
because I see something special.
Precisely. That kind of investment can be a powerful indicator of attraction.
Right. It shows you're not just interested in a fleeting moment.
It's going for something deeper.
More lasting.
So prioritizing someone's presence.
Yeah.
It's about making them feel valued, creating space for a genuine connection to grow.
Exactly. It's those small gestures that show you care.
Yeah, like,
Remembering their coffee order.
right.
Sending them an article they might enjoy.
Yeah. Or just really listening
Absolutely.
when they need to talk.
Those everyday acts of kindness, they add up to something much greater.
But, as we wrap this up,
Yeah.
I think it's important to remember that the goal isn't to become some master manipulator
Right. It's not about mind games.
or try to trick someone into liking you.
No, not at all.
It's not about playing games.
It's about genuine connection,
yeah.
building stronger relationships, navigating these complexities with more awareness and sensitivity.
It's about using this knowledge to enhance our communication, understand ourselves and others better.
And create more meaningful connections. Beautifully said.
But before we go, I want to leave you with one thought.
Okay.
The source material.
Yeah.
It focused mainly on signs from a woman's perspective.
Right.
But what about the other side?
Oh, you're suggesting men
Yeah.
express attraction through subtle signs too.
Absolutely. While the specific gestures might differ,
Yeah.
the underlying principles, they're the same.
Right. Men use body language too.
Exactly.
Tone of
It's
voice, little cues.
to show their interest.
Makes sense. We've been focused on one side,
Yeah.
haven't considered the other.
And that's where the magic really happens.
Okay.
When both people are tuned in,
Yeah.
engaged in that dance of attraction.
Like a conversation.
It is.
Without words.
A symphony of cues and desires.
So as we continue to explore attraction, you're saying we should expand our perspective.
Yes. Consider both sides.
See what new insights emerge.
Exactly.
Like a whole new layer of the puzzle.
It is. And who knows what other gems we'll find as we keep exploring.
It's fascinating stuff.
This deep dive has been amazing. I feel like
Yeah.
I have a whole new understanding of connection.
And remember, trust your intuition.
Always.
Be open to new experiences. Embrace that journey of connection.
Beautifully said. Thanks for guiding us through this.
The pleasure was all mine.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep those conversations flowing and those connections strong.